Researchers are now forecasting another 80,000 deaths in the U.S. by November.
July was particularly deadly. More than 1,000 deaths on 11 out of the 31 days. Early accounts said the mystery illness coming from central China could be transmitted far more easily than the flu, and that the death rate was remarkably high.
This morning, deaths from coronavirus in the United States have surpassed 160,000. One of those victims, a 7-year-old boy from Georgia, the state's youngest person to die of the virus. Doctors say he had no underlying health conditions.
Wasn't some made-up thing. This is a real virus that you've got to take serious.
Home from the hospital, my driveway to my front door was maybe, 25, 30 feet. I couldn't make it, had to stop. I should not statistically be here, and I'm here talking to you, so be careful, wear a mask, protect yourself, protect your kids, protect your family.
The muted, sort of restful, peaceful look that some folks can mistaken for they're resting, they're sleeping, when in fact their brain is on fire.
Their brain, globally, what's happening, the cells aren't working right. They're not getting enough oxygen or blood pressure or food.
Patients would have these vivid nightmare-like experiences of people torturing them and kidnapping them. They saw blood dripping down the walls, and seeing people with animal heads walking around, or children who are floating by with no faces.
I thought one of the nurses had taken a circular saw and just buzzed my arm off.
Young patient, and he thought the nurses were restraining his arms and attaching snakes to his arms, and that was then drawing blood from him.
And then I just kept having all these nightmares where I was like fighting to wake up, fighting to wake up, fighting to wake up. I just reached a point where I wished I had died.
I'm afraid that I might catch it, and I might spread it to the people that I love.
The flu has a mortality of 0.1%. This has a mortality of 10 times that.
COVID-19 appears to be much more transmissible than influenza. It transmits more easily from person to person than what we see with the flu that we see every year. And because of that, we need to take some special precautions to make sure that people don't pass it easily from one person to the next.
If we can limit and stop the exposure, that can flatten the curve. That will allow the researchers to do what they do best, to find the countermeasures and the vaccines. That's going to take time. And as that time progresses on, we as soldiers and citizens must practice, again, the art and the science and the discipline of social distancing.
Our only option is incredible, unyielding vigilance. Wear a mask, exercise safe physical distancing, and wash your hands or use hand sanitizer regularly.
This is a war. We're in a war to contain this virus. The interesting thing is everybody has the same common enemy across the whole world.
It's a medical war. We have to win this war. It's very important.
During what is really a war, it is a different war than anybody has ever fought before, but it's a war that we're uniquely qualified to help.